Happy Easter, everybody. I'm driving home from getting some food, and I just had a feeling I should make a video, just whatever comes up. It's not really too planned, but maybe something I share could help somebody out there, and if not, no biggie. But I wanted to start off with something that was on my mind. It was this. There's been a big expose on Nickelodeon and Drake Bell. He was a child star in a show called Drake and Josh, and it recently came out that Drake was saying that one of his voice actors or somebody he was working with, he'd have to go over to their house and do some type of work, some type of practice, and that he was basically getting sexually abused, which is absolutely horrible. And so I was kind of thinking about that for a couple days. And I was thinking about how when I was younger, I would watch that show. It was super entertaining. I thought Drake lived a life, man. He had, a cool family, a cool stepbrother. He always had girlfriends. He was super popular. I just thought, wow, this guy's living pretty good. So I wouldn't say that I idolized him, but I thought, he's living a pretty cool life. And then not only in real life, not only just in Drake and Josh, he was pretty popular. Just he was on the scene, right? Well, the older I've gotten, the Lord has kind of shown me that it's just never a good idea to have idols. It's never a good idea to think that somebody's got it made, because it's only a matter of time before you find out that every one of us is, fallen, and there's always, we all struggle with things. And so my point of bringing up Drake and Josh was that, as horrible as I feel that happened to him, it kind of made me think about how when, we all kind of have our feelings about Hollywood, and there's a lot of Christians that, have their eye on them and can think that bad things are happening, and sure enough, bad things are happening. And there's so many people that are just normal normies that really want to break through and get into that industry and get famous and rich, but they don't know that there's a huge price to pay. And I think, how crazy is that Drake was living his dream, but it was really a nightmare. He was showing us, in one sense, oh, look at this great life, I'm a famous actor, but it came with so much sorrow, and he had to go through court to, what's the word I'm looking for? Accuse and prosecute the person that was sexually abusing him. And that's not fun. Nobody wants to go through that. It's going to be kind of humiliating, embarrassing. And again, I don't want to make light of the situation. It's pretty whack that something like that was happening to him behind the scenes. But it made me think that, so many of the normal culture, everyone would want to be famous and rich, but look at that price that he had to pay, right? And, maybe it's better to just live a simple life. I was just praying to God today, every day. I'm just grateful for my life. I'm just a simple man living of course I want nice things. I want to live a dream life, but I'm thankful for everything that I have. Sometimes we idolize people. You really don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And I think that maybe majority of us wouldn't want that life. And so I wanted to bring that up. Hopefully that made sense to anybody. Just don't idolize celebrities and stuff. And not everything is as clean cut as it looks. That fantasy life, the television has a way of making us really think that people got it made. But behind the scenes, there's a lot of evil going on. And I think that as we get older, people are getting exposed, and God's showing us that the devil has a certain time to convince us and really put the wool over our eyes to make things look so great. But eventually, the moth comes to eat and the rust comes to rust away at the steel. And in the same way, a lot of our fantasy life, it can't hold up. It can't hold up to the flame. It can't hold up to God's refinement. It just, things are going to get exposed. And even if it takes a decade, 2 decades, those chickens are coming home to roost. And so just be careful. If you're young, don't look up to foolishness. I look at that Drake and Josh show now, I'm thinking, wow, I can't believe I used to think this is simple mindset. This ain't a long-term sustainable plan for a young man. You got to be smart. You got to be in your scriptures. You got to be prudent and wise. You got to be asking God for wisdom. Well, nothing is told in that show. There's nothing to learn in that show, and I get it, it's just entertainment. But it goes again to that whole theme that I'm trying to say on my channel, that you can't always eat sugar. You can't always enjoy pleasure. As a man and as children of God, there's a lot of refinement. There's a lot of painful seasons of your life. They're going to bear a lot of fruit. But before I start rambling, I do have another thing to say, and it's another conversation about P. Diddy. And, everyone's bashing the guy, and he was, also sexually abusing people that allegedly, and now he's fleeing in his jet. He's getting out of the country. He's out of the country. And a lot of people are real quick to cast stones. You can go on the channels. So many people are throwing rocks at the guy. And even me, I was starting to throw a couple rocks. But all of our sexual sin's the same. You know what I'm saying? He just has no, it's not the same. Let me take that back. Whether you're fornicating or touching kids or whatever this guy's doing, homosexual behavior, it's all wrong. So to cast stones at him for being a homosexual, yeah, it's easy for us to do that, but we all fall short of the glory of God. I have done so many sexual deviant things. Who am I to throw a stone at P. Diddy? Yes, can I say it was wrong? Can I say that we shouldn't do that? Yes. But I'm not somebody to get on my high horse and act like I'm better than P. Diddy. We all need God's grace. And I have a feeling God's really exposing a lot of people, but there's going to be a purpose. See, the devil had a certain time to really put on that great facade that everyone's, you look at P. Diddy's sweet life and you don't, everybody doesn't realize, nobody knew that he had all these cameras in his house and I was having sexual deviant parties. So I just think it's crazy, man. I think it's so crazy. And let's be careful who we idolize. Let's be careful who we put up on a pedestal and stuff. Because the devil's coming in through the back door, man. And a lot of us don't get to see all that back alley, craziness that's going on. But I really wanted to share that. It's really easy as Christians to start throwing stones at him. And it's kind of like that woman caught in adultery where all the Pharisees came out. See, Jesus, let's stone this guy. Let's stone this girl. She's caught in sexual immorality. And Jesus was like, probably looking at the rest of those people and deep down knowing all the sexual fantasies, all the sexual deviancies, all the abuse of power. I totally abuse my power, whatever power God gave me. We all fall short, man. I pray for P. Diddy. I pray that God uses him for some certain thing that I don't know what God's plan is, but he's exposing people left and right. So let's all get off our high horses and pray for people. Jesus washed Judas's feet. Jesus fed Judas. Jesus had meals with Judas, and he knew that he was going to betray him. So let's treat our enemies like that too. Let's be kind. Let's pray for them. Let's realize we all fall short of the glory of God. And that's the beauty of the whole gospel, is that we all need forgiveness. We all fall short. So I hope I'm making any sense. That's what I wanted to talk about today. Drake and P. Diddy. And there's going to be a lot of other exposés, man. There's going to be a lot of people getting caught with their pants down doing things. And as Christians, we should let them in, man. Let them in the fold. A lot of us come from a history of drug abuse, fantasizing, adultery, fornication, alcohol abuse. The list goes on and on. But today, Jesus has overcome the world. He paid the price. They beat him up on Sunday, put a crown of thorns on him. They mocked him, spit on him, beat him with a whip. He was unrecognizable when Joseph of Arimathea, I'm going to butcher that word, came and took him down from the cross and put him into the tomb. So, I'm really rambling on this one. Oh man, this dude's on my one wheel. He's stealing my stuff. I'm here. I'm going to celebrate some Easter with some family. I just wanted to share that quick message. Let's all just be kind to one another, open up our arms to one another, and realize we all have fallen short. And I really had another thing I wanted to say, but maybe I'll make another video tomorrow about it if I can think of it. But yeah, take care, everybody. God bless. Let's shine our light out there in a dark world. It's not always easy, man, but somehow just gotta take baby steps and do it. God's good all the time. He's got a plan for your life. And that's that. Take care.